I started last time, so it's your turn this time.
Okay, ready? 3. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it! Every fucking time. I need a compilation of all the times we've started with the same fucking thing.
Ready? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No. How
Ready?
about you just put your hand into a fist right there and I'll just do
Yeah.
this next time. All right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Mhm.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You listen to me. You
Of
never
course I
listen
did.
to me.
Why would I?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, lead us away, Meg.
You know what's funny? I think we've literally gone back and forth each time now.
Yeah, but it's been completely genuine on our part. We are truly rock, paper, scissoring for who's gonna do the intro. All right,
All
take us
right.
in, Meg.
All right. Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Rated MA. I'm Meg. This is Allie. Today we'll be continuing our watch of Andor, season 1, episode 4. This episode is called Aldhani. I'm very excited. Allie, I don't want to wait anymore, so I think that we should get right into it.
Okay, everyone, also, just as a reminder, you guys should know this by now, we are taking notes. We will do a whole discussion here at the end of the episode. But for now, if you see Meg or I looking down while we are watching this, just know that we're taking notes so that we can have a proper discussion at the end of the video.
Oof. I hope that was a good back cracker, you know?
It's curved, so I doubt it.
What's Aldhani? That depends. I haven't agreed to do anything but save my skin. Seems to me you have two choices. Either I drop you somewhere and you start running, or you come with me and help with something important. Define important. Taking something of real value from the Empire. I'm offering you everything you want, all at once. What is everything I want? Put a real stick in the eye of the Empire and get paid for it.
Yeah.
I wondered who you were. You don't know me. I fought in Mimban when I was 16.
When he said, "You don't know me," it gave the same energy of, "You're not my dad."
Yo, son, what's up? What?
You're not my dad!
You were on the ground in Mimban for 6 months. You came in as a cook.
Remember this scene now.
You
Such a
lived
good
with us
scene.
around. But you're right about one thing. The Empire had you fighting each other. I said I know you. I know the outside. I know what people tell me when I ask. I imagine your hate. I imagine that no matter what you tell me or tell yourself, you'll ultimately die fighting these bastards. Wouldn't you rather give it all at once to something real than carve off useless pieces till there's nothing left? I came for you.
Damn, if that was in a romance novel, that would have been one of the best scenes.
I'm shipping them in my head right now.
Do you think there's fanfics about them?
I mean, yes. Should there be? I won't say no, because I'm kind of into it.
I won't say no.
Who am I to determine that?
Oh, Coruscant.
Coruscant, my old friend, how are you? Still ugly as ever.
Yeah, honestly, real.
Increased surveillance, sir.
Looking for what?
Anti-imperial activity, as always.
How do I get my hair to
Being
pin
intentionally
in a bun that sleek?
No, sir.
Maybe it's a
Expect
clip-in. It's not
specifics
real
at the
hair,
end of
I
the
don't
day.
think.
Regret.
Or a
What
wig.
is this item from
It's definitely a
our
wig.
logistics? What do we do in this building? Why are we here? Anyone?
We're here to further security objectives by collecting intelligence, providing useful analysis, and conducting effective covert action, sir.
Very good.
Nerd.
We are healthcare providers. We treat sickness, whether they arise from within or have come from the outside.
There's an increase in construction shipments going to Scarif, sir.
Scarif! Low-key, Scarif is one of my favorite planets in Star Wars. Rest
it
in peace,
really?
Queen. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think
Give a name for yourself.
I think in real life it was filmed in the Maldives. So, like, genuinely one of the most beautiful places in the world or in the galaxy.
That's fair. In both Star Wars and in real life.
Correct. Now this just looks like Scotland to me.
Who's that? You'll be working for her.
I'm glad that you said that because I was looking at kind of like how the glass was, and for some reason it was giving Jurassic Park. I don't know
I've been
why.
there. I have the mountain range tattoo for Jurassic Park.
What is it? It's a down payment. It's a quality signet. No Kyber, Skystone. Don't take less than 50,000 for it. Just know it will always be worth more to me. I want it back when this is over.
I miss his beard.
I know, me too. Put it back.
Put it back right now.
200,000. Giving you my word.
Why am I writing like this? I've never held a pen like this in my life.
I hold my pens like this.
I hold them.
See, you hold it normal. Everyone we're like, you hold pencils weird, and I'm like,
I genuinely knew a girl who wrote like this. Genuinely, 100%.
Hello, Val.
We almost didn't get the message.
I'm glad you made it.
They started patrolling the Old Stone Valley.
Now this actress I know from Game of Thrones. She plays the waif, I believe. I believe that's her. Let me double check that.
I cannot wait until we watch our Game of Thrones. Like,
Dude,
stan.
Game of Thrones watch is gonna be so much fucking fun because that's genuinely the first 6 seasons are like best television you'll ever see in your life, and then it's so horrible, it's funny.
Something.
I am looking forward to it. I think I only got to like end of season 3, so I'm looking forward to actually watching it all the way through. So
Yeah, season 4 is one of my favorites. So
stay tuned.
yeah, check us out for our Game of Thrones watch coming sometime.
5 months in, just plug in some new person. It'll tear the team apart.
Well, that's not much of a team, is it?
Yeah,
You're
she was the
vulnerable,
waif.
you know it. You need critical redundancy.
You're right.
What do you mean buying? Are you giving me a choice here?
Yeah. You take him, we'll call it off. I was planning to shut you down. For anyone who goes down along the way. For the next 3 days, if for any reason... Look at me! You wanted to lead. This is what he comes to.
And if he's the problem?
Well, that's the advantage of renting him. He's disposable.
Do you remember who she is in this show?
I gotta be honest.
Sam?
No.
Great. I won't say a thing.
Took the combined ingredients of idiocy, ineptitude, and total disengagement for this farce to have reached the full apex of incredulous disaster. Seriously? My files are filled with corporate security fiascos.
He
but
looks
this
like he's
is a
gonna
surprise.
cry.
Deputy Inspector
I wouldn't put it past him, let's be honest.
You ever fuck up so bad you get yourself fired, your boss fired, your bestie fired, and your whole company is now under a corporation? You ever fuck up that bad?
No.
Ugh,
It's a long walk. Through
the
the night.
scenery! So pretty.
Who is it? He told me about the payroll, not the garrison.
I don't know who you're talking about.
How many of us are there?
Now we are 7.
7. 7 against the garrison.
Save your wind. This is a long walk.
7 against the garrison, and he had, I think, even less in Rogue One.
Where is my Starpath unit? Where are you?
Did she say her Star Path unit?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Interesting.
Unauthorized Imperial equipment. Ferrix
Huh.
0436. It might be more if you went. I don't want to spark his interest.
That guy looks really familiar, and I don't know why.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? Victor from A Corpse Bride.
I was gonna say, in the nicest way possible, he looks like he'd play a really good zombie, but like in a non-offensive way.
Yeah, but like a really good talented way, you know? Oh, look at that lighting.
I know, it's so pretty. Okay, let me say this. When I watched this for the first time, when he put on that fucking wig, I was gagged.
Nothing special. There's an enterprise zone in the lowlands. Factories, new towns, imperial housing.
I will say, I wonder if the sky, like if it was actually like looking like that, or in like in the color grades, they actually, you know, made it kind of look like that, and then color graded to kind of look more like this if it was actually like a sunny day or not.
Nature lovers.
I mean, I obviously wouldn't know that because I wasn't there on the set, but I do know that these are all practical locations. Like all the stuff here
Mhm.
in Aldhani is filmed on location. So they worked with what they had. I'm assuming that they would wait for overcast, cloudy to film
Well,
first, and then if they had sunlight, they could film in sunlight.
because what you can do in color grading, which is really cool, is that you can just like mask the sky and you can completely change it, and then you can
Mhm.
color grade the rest of the people kind of like do it that way, which is really freaking cool.
I want the full Ferrex report.
You fall here. You fall alone.
Are you denying my request?
For the second time today.
I would not want to get in the middle of a fight between those two.
My money is on her every time, by the way, just so we're clear. I love Deirdre. She's one of my favorite characters in the show. She's so interesting to me. This kid's name starts with an M. Nevin or something?
Saw Guerrera. Fall asleep on watch, they're gonna put your head on a pike for a laugh.
They mentioned Saw Gerrera. I forgot about that.
Gather up. This is Clem.
What did she call him? Kleb?
He'll give us critical redundancy in all
I think she called him Kleb. I think that's right. That sounds right. That's his dad's name.
That's Skeen.
Pleb?
This is Taramin.
Kleb, C-L-E-B, I think.
Nemec.
Oh, Kleb.
Yeah.
We've always known we were short a man.
Can I speak with you?
Let's get Clem settled in.
Clem, I'm sorry. C-L-E-M, I think. Clem.
Clem. Got it.
Printer, feed him.
Yeah, Clem is Cassian's dad's name, if I remember correctly.
Morale down again. Let's get to it. We'll work Clem into the program at drill.
Now, I will say, when I first watched the show, the dark-skinned woman that's with them, I was convinced that was Cassian's sister for the longest time.
Really?
And they just didn't recognize each other because they hadn't seen each other in 20 years or whatever, however long it's been. I was like standing on my soapbox, like tinfoil hat, like firmly believing her name is Cinta, the character. I fully believed for the longest time that Cinta was Cassian's sister.
Huh.
There is another character that I also think could be Cassian's sister, and I think that one is a stronger bet, but we haven't met that character yet, so
We will eventually.
we will. We might actually genuinely we might in this episode. If not this episode, I think it's the next one.
Oh, well, that's really soon.
I think you meet her on Coruscant, which is why I think we'll meet her soon.
Oh, okay. I got you. Man, dude is depressed. I mean, as he should be, but
Well, he got like uber mega demoted. Okay, that shot is so fucking cool. Love it.
it is amazing.
Look at the angles. Look at the
It's
perspective.
so good.
I love it. It's so, so, so good.
Mother.
I also say this, and nothing against if you love your mother or if you're a mama's boy or anything like that. Cyril gives major mama's boy.
So you don't know him?
I know that we need him. That's all I'll say. Anything else is a violation of security.
No, he's got bra, and we can use a hand, but this late in the game.
As opposed to
You
when?
trust him with our lives?
That's my call to make.
He's committed. I'm feeling that. His belief in the cause.
He's so
When it
innocent.
comes down to it, that's all I know.
I love him. His name is Nemec, by the way. I was close. I said Nevin
Nemec.
earlier, but it's Nemec.
I trust him.
That's cute.
It is cute. His first name is Karis, but they call him Nemec.
That's a really cool shot.
Yeah, super cool.
I wonder how long their VFX team worked on this one shot.
I don't want to know.
I'm scared to ask.
This is the other character that I fully believe could be Cassian's sister.
Now, that would be interesting.
This is Clea, I believe is her name.
I mean, definitely would play into the whole, like, one sibling goes, like, in a really rough life, and one of them is very successful and can also become stuck up in a way.
Mon Mothma! Everyone cheer!
Free your mind, Senator. This is a place where time stands still.
Well, it's also, too, just based on what I know from the rest of the season, there's so much more to her than meets the eye. And just based on the season 2 trailers that I've seen, she seems to have a decent role in season 2. I know that she speaks with Cassian at some point because I think we see them together in the trailer and we see her like gearing up and stuff. So it makes me think that she's incredibly important. Also, we are big Star Wars fans. I don't know everything that's in the back of these shots. I know that that armor is really important. I've seen other reactors talk about it. I myself do not remember what it is. There's only a few things in here that I genuinely recognize off the top of my head. I know there's like Zygerian armor or a sword or a weapon in here. There's something from the World Between Worlds in here, which I do remember from Rebels. There's a lot of cool shit in this little shop.
What is your favorite thing that you recognize?
Oh, the stuff from the World Between Worlds. You see it on a shelf. Oh, there it is, right there. On
There
those
it is.
displays. Yeah, that's the stuff from the World Between Worlds, which is one of my favorite arcs from Rebels, and now the Ahsoka Tano show, which I'm wearing my Ahsoka shirt, but you can't see it because my microphone's in the way.
She's not
But
just
I
wearing
love
a
that
black
part.
shirt.
Yeah, I'm not wearing just a black shirt. I promise.
Funds the way I used to. There's a new spy every day at the Senate. I visit the bank. They're all new faces. I feel under siege.
I will say,
Mouths to feed.
I'm trying to see how the okay, so it's the natural lighting pointing down at her. I was like, where is that light coming up for perfectly? Because he was standing right in front of her. So I was like, where is that coming from top down? But now I see.
Yeah, it's like skylights or something like that. It's kind of what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Vulnerability.
It's a daring choice. But I trust you'll have the courage to turn back. It should be a bit much.
Let me just say it now. I'm gonna mention it later. Mon Mothma has the best fucking clothes ever. Her outfits are unbelievable in this show.
I want what she's wearing.
I know,
I
like,
want
I
it.
don't wear white, like, ever. I would wear that shit so hard. Are you kidding me?
I'd do it. I'd wear it. Would I probably spill everything that I eat all over it? Yeah. But would I still wear it? Yeah. I feel like I'd have it though, and I'd be too scared to wear it. I think that's what it really would come down to. It would just sit
That's
in my
me.
closet forever.
She's just so elegant and beautiful. Genevieve O'Reilly, the woman that you are. Megan, your camera just died.
I'm gonna end it all.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this guy.
What else don't I know about?
This helps us. You were cutting it close. You said it yourself.
3 days out?
He's so hot.
Need another hand, and you know it.
Yeah, he is.
Should have been consulted.
I love him.
On that we agree. Are we done?
Who is he?
He's Clem. He's here. That's all that matters.
Look, we're wasting daylight. Let's get on
He's
with
Clem. That's all that matters.
it.
I love that Cassian is doing absolutely nothing to make these people trust him at all. He's just being so weird and shady.
He's like an angsty teenager right now. That's how he's acting.
Ugh.
Back to the elegance.
Mon Mothma, give me your apartment. This bitch got like a bonsai tree.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually a bonsai tree. I don't know what type of tree that is, but it's really,
No,
really
I
beautiful.
feel like it's like because bonsais have different leaves and everything. Like there's different types of bonsai.
Oh my god, this house is so fucking pretty. I love the silhouette of her outfit. Fuck her husband, though.
My regimental mate, that governor.
That's tonight.
I think her favorite color is white. I'm just gonna say it.
I remember you wearing me down.
I think it's the only color we see her wearing in the originals, and they just went with that.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm glad they gave her a better haircut because the haircut that she had was obviously very 70s, 80s, and it was ugly as fuck. This one, fierce.
I do love it, her haircut.
It suits her so well.
It does. It kind of showed like the elegance, also maturity, but also just fits her. It just looks good.
Shouldn't have invited them without making sure.
But yeah, the set design in here, amazing.
So good.
Don't seat them near me.
Oh, I've taken care of that. You're at the boring end of the table. These people are fun.
Who are they? Are they fun? Oh, we should find some Gorman guests for tonight and see how amused they are. Your fun friends just cut off their shipping lanes yesterday.
There's rumor you bought me a present.
It's going back.
Must everything be boring and sad?
She works in politics, dumbass. I'm running out of space for notes over here. I'm gonna have to start getting creative.
The unique storage possibilities of the caverns,
I will say, I applaud them on their miniatures. They did a great job with what they had.
It feels to me very much like a homage to old school Star Wars, which was done with a lot of miniatures and practical sets. And when Luke blows up the Death Star at the end and the X-wings are flying through, that was all a practical set. It was all miniatures.
I thought that was so cool. Whenever I did some research into that, when I found out, I was like, "No way!" Because I did a project like back in college on Star Wars, and I was like, "That's so cool!" I had no idea. It was awesome.
I did a project on Star Wars, but it was like a 40 slide thing about Mandalorians.
You'll be lucky to make the horizon. It's a suicide run.
Exactly.
That's why they only keep a 40-man regiment in the garrison.
Because they know no one's stupid enough to try it.
No one but us.
The Aldhanis gather in this valley for a celestial event they call Makani Bredani, the Eye of Aldhani.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The next episode.
To see it from the sacred land.
Not the next one, the one after. It's the
meters
6th
Oh.
episode. Mhm.
But like a curtain being pulled across the sky.
Speak. She's demanding the raw data from the incident on Ferrix.
The star
Oh.
pass unit that was recovered at the scene has been traced to a theft at an airbase under my jurisdiction, sir.
She's overreaching.
I love how sterile that they make them. Like it just fits so well.
The entirety of the Empire is sterile and cold like this.
It's a detailed map of the garrison. That's an Aldhani phrase book.
Wonder what they're eating.
Probably bread.
Can I eat my food?
Was that the end of that episode? Oh, it was?
Oh, that was it?
Wait, I thought that episode was way longer than that. Was that 40 minutes? It was. Okay.
There we go.
Well, Meg, that was episode 4 of Andor Aldhani. What did you think?
I really liked it. I liked how it was building and then introduced new characters and everything like that. I think world building episodes are always really, really nice. I always enjoy them and bringing in new people, new environments, new little plot line. Overall, it was great. I really enjoyed this show, so I have no complaints. What about you?
I also really enjoyed this episode. Like I said, in one of our other reactions, I really, really love the show. I loved it the first time I watched it, and I'm loving it again now. The Aldhani arc as a whole is one of my favorite arcs in the whole show. Episode 6, The Eye, which they have hinted at in this episode, as Meg and I will get into in our discussion portion, is one of the coolest things I have ever seen in television or film. It is one of my favorite visuals in all of Star Wars. So I'm so excited to get to see it again.
Hey, we're 2 episodes away.
I took my notes. How about you? You got some?
I do. I do
Okay.
have some notes. There we go. I liked it.
I just wrote Cyril demoted. That was one of the notes that I wrote.
Dude, him with the mommy issues of just open the door and he's like, "Hi, mother." Whack. Give me a baby.
Honestly, it's
like-
what his ass deserved.
Honestly, yeah, boy's a disgrace. Also, it killed me seeing that guy in the background and really walk out as soon as that happened. He just gets slapped and he's like, but also I really liked it when Cassie in the beginning, he was like, "I haven't agreed to do anything but save my skin." And you're just kind of like, oh, boy really has a lot of sass. And I feel like that comes out a lot with this episode. Cause like he gets a little before, but now it's just like he's so angsty and sassy and yeah, I think he's not used to not almost calling the shots in a way. So I think it's maybe he's a little tough time gripping with that.
Well, I think that falls into the whole idea that he's been on his own for so long and he's so
Oh, yeah.
used to. I think this is meant to be a discussion on the fact that he is not a team player. And this is perhaps the first time he works in a team. And we know in Rogue One, he is a team player. But in this show, I mean, this is about him still being a selfish man who is saving his own skin. I wrote down a note that just says better to live because Luthen asked him like, wouldn't you rather give all of yourself in one go for something important or give up little pieces of yourself over time? And Cassian was like, it's better to live than to die,
Yeah.
basically, which is very interesting. It's a conversation that you and I had in episode 1 about if Cassian knew if he had 5 years to live, what he would do. And I said in that I thought he would obviously make different choices and he would not be a part of the rebellion because Cassian at this point in his life is still very selfish and still believes that there is, in his mind, nothing worth dying for.
I will say I do think that this episode, like you were saying, it really shows that again, like this is probably the first time he's worked in a group. All of this, like this is a key point in his character development of him
Yes.
slowly, turning into the person who he is in Rogue One.
There was also the very first note that I took was something that Luthen said to him. Cassian says something where he's basically like, "Well, if you know so much about me and you know what I want, tell me what I want." And Luthen responds, to put a real stick in the eye of the Empire. And it was the only reason I wrote that down was the mention of the word the eye. And then
Yeah.
that comes up again later where they tell him about the eye. And as someone who has seen the show before, I know about the eye of Aldhani. I know that episode is coming. It just felt very poignant to me for them to mention that, to mention specifically the phrasing of the eye, which I know like stick it in the eye is a very common saying of like,
But the phrase tie-in.
yeah, the phrase tie-in with this being the beginning of this arc of Aldhani and all this other stuff, and the eye being the culmination, the climax of this arc. It just felt very important, and I immediately heard it and just I had like a small smile of like, that was smart. That was clever. That was good.
Yeah.
I really liked that. There was another thing that Luthen did too when they were having that conversation, which was that he called out Cassian's lie. And I didn't hear, forgive me, I didn't hear the entire conversation. I missed a little bit of it while I was trying to take notes. But Cassian basically told him that when he was 16, he got arrested and served in a rebellion of some sort or a war or a battle. I can't remember what it was. Please forgive me. And Luthen turns around and was like, you were only there for a week or a month, whatever the time frame is, and you were a cook.
Now, let me ask you, what do you think is going through Cassian's head right now?
Like in Aldhani?
Yeah, like he meets this guy, goes to Aldhani, and is just thrown into this. What do you think is going on in his mind?
In regards to what he's thinking, I do think that Cassian is just, I'll finish this task and then I'll be on my way and then I'll figure it out from there.
Do you think he's like mad at all? Because he's kind of acting like a little bit of like a teenager when you're like, you're grounded. And then he's just kind of, a little angsty, a little like short. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he is upset in that he feels probably like he's being used or he's being tricked, which he 100% was. He has a right to be
Mhm.
upset, but also he doesn't have to do it. I mean, they put him on this planet and he got off the ship and went with Vel, but at any point he could have turned around, but he wasn't going to make it off the planet. He basically knows this is his only way out of this planet.
He's either going to die with them or he's going to die trying to figure out how to get out of this place. So Luthen, he wears a green jacket. Where Cassian is from and Canary, they were earth tones and green jackets. Green. They were earth tones and green and yellow, all of that stuff. Do you think there's a reason why wardrobe gave him a piece of like more of like an earth tone?
I don't know if it was meant to emulate something, but I do know, just based on general knowledge of Star Wars and also just based on what we've seen here in this show, we know that whites and neutrals are worn mainly by the Empire. We see Deirdre, who is a character that we'll talk about in a second here, who we saw on Coruscant, and Mon Mothma. Shout out to my girl, also wearing a bunch of white. It seems that most other societies and cultures tend to wear at least some type of color within their wardrobe. It was interesting that Mon Mothma's husband was wearing blue, but everything else was white. That was something that I noticed this time around. I probably noticed it the first time I watched it, but I hated her husband so fucking much I didn't care about him. I think part of the reason that we see Luthen in these clothes is because we don't. I think the audience isn't supposed to empathize with him as an Imperial, even though we now know he lives on Coruscant and he leads this double life of he is an elite. He runs like a specialties or an oddities store on Coruscant. He has
Mhm.
a lot of really well-known clients like Mon Mothma and others. And I think when we meet him on Ferrix, we are supposed to believe that he is just another man. He's just another traitor. And then we see him put on that fuck ass toupee, and it's like, oh shit, game on. You know what I mean? So
He's really good at applying his toupee, though.
he had that shit on. But yeah, I think when we first see Luthen, we are not supposed to connect the dots that he could be like an elite. If we're assuming that he's a part of the rebellion, we're thinking like, oh, he doesn't come from money. He's just really savvy and really smart. And it's like, oh no, he does come from money. He does have money. He does have power and stance. And I think that's even more interesting.
So would you say it's a red herring in a way?
Oh, 100%. It is a red herring. That's a great term for it. For those who don't know, do you want to explain what a red herring is?
I mean, you're the screenwriter. Go ahead.
It's when the audience is meant to believe that something is important or something is true as a way to distract you from what the actual truth is. So, a red herring, for example, in just a standard TV show or anything, could be like a sitcom, or, well, I guess in this case, the example I'm going to use, let's go with a drama TV show, 45 minutes, one of your procedural cop shows, right? At the very beginning of the show, you see a man who looks very suspicious and he has a gun, and then later someone gets shot. That's a red herring. I know as an audience member and also as a screenwriter, that guy's probably not going to be the killer. It's a red herring is a distraction. It is something that's like, hey, look at me. I'm shiny and sparkly and I'm giving you false information and you're supposed to believe it while all this shit is happening over here. I think Luthen's wardrobe is a red herring in that it's supposed to say, don't look at me, I'm just the everyman. Look at how well I blend in. And then the switch happens here and we see behind the curtain. It's so good. I'm trying to think of if there's a really good one. Like if I have example of a really, really good red herring. You know what? Here's a good example from a film I am very familiar with and a film that I love genuinely. In Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is my favorite of the Harry Potter franchise, the big red herring in that is Sirius Black. Watch the movie if you haven't seen it. It's actually very good. It's the best Harry Potter movie and it's the best directed too.
I completely agree with you right there.
A lot of people in my comments will argue about Goblet of Fire. You're incorrect. It is Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm sorry. Anyway, off of my red herring soapbox, back to notes. So one other thing that we should probably talk about is the fact that we met Deirdre and Mon Mothma on Coruscant. Hey, Coruscant, welcome back. You're still ugly as shit. Least favorite Star Wars planet for real.
It's so boring.
Deirdre, we know, works with the Empire. She is a part of the Security Council, whatever. We found out in this episode it was her Star Path unit that is missing, but that she believes that her Star Path unit can be traced to a series of other robberies that happened within the Empire territories that lead to the signs of a rebellion. And we, the audience, know she's right, and no one believes her because she's a woman. That's all it is. It's fucking misogyny. Cyril got demoted. We can move on. He's a loser. We also got a mention of Saw Gerrera when they were on Aldhani. We met Nemec, Skeen, Cinta, Terriman, and then Gorn and Vel, who are the people that Cassian is now working with. And then one other thing that I took a note on was something about the Gorman massacre. So Mon Mothma her husband is having a dinner party, and he is inviting other people from the consulate, other people from the Senate, other people just within Coruscant sphere. And Mon was very upset about that because she said that she had been arguing with these people for the last few weeks in the Senate. They had been blocking her plans to supply aid to the planet Gorman. I know about the Gorman massacre. I know that this is inevitably what leads Mon Mothma to leave the Senate, become a fugitive, and to officially join the rebellion as one of the heads of the rebellion. So it was interesting to hear about this mention because I believe in season 2 we are going to see the Gorman massacre. So that's always cool.
There you go. Do you have anything else in your notes?
I think that was everything. Luthen gave Cassian a necklace that was worth 50,000 credits. I think that's all I had though about this episode.
Trying to think. I really had one more thought and I cannot remember it.
Do you remember what it was about? Was it when we were talking about red herrings?
It was before that.
I don't remember what we talked about.
I am blanking, so I guess we'll just end the episode right here because my brain is no longer working.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap up here so we can get on to our next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Allie, this is Meg, and we will see you in Andor episode 5. Bye!
See you in the next one. Bye!